Hi there, I'm Josh Groban, and you are watching the AU Review.
And so, of course, you're a composer and lyricist, as you would normally be for all your other albums. Would you ever consider being a musical writer?
I've thought about it. I think that my writing style is very ADD. I like to take little bursts of creative thought and put them down immediately. I like to think in 3 or 4 minute musical bursts, and I think that the idea of creating a 2 hour arc for the themes and the melodies and the storylines and connecting all the tissue between all the different characters is such a monumental organizational task for a creative composer that honestly I like being the vessel to express that to an audience. I like being told what X to stand on, where to move, where to dance. Well, I can't dance, but where to sing. I like being the actor on stage. To be honest, I like it so much that I'm not sure I would be interested in combining the two. But never say never. I think it would be a huge challenge. But there are so many great new theater composers. We've got people like Lin-Manuel Miranda and Dave Malloy. There's a lot of stuff being written out there that I would prefer to do some of their work.
And so, what's up next for you? US tour? Rap album?
Both, yes. You can't do a U.S. tour without a rap album.
I don't feel like you
we
can.
are really
It's
into
missing
rap.
in the
Really into
discography.
rap in my country, and
Yeah.
you can't really mount a tour anymore without at least one or two rap songs.
Yeah.
So, working on my my fresh flowetry, and beyond that, excited to take this album out on the road as well as that. We're going to have great local orchestras and choirs in every city we go to. It's going to be a theatrical tour. The venues that I feel are really right for these songs, intimate, acoustically great, and we're going to take it to Europe as well, and then we're going to take it. Here to Oz. So I can't wait.
About coming back.
I am
being
so
back
excited
on that
about coming back.
stage.
Well, being back in the Sydney Opera House stage is going to be amazing. Being at the Palais Theatre in Melbourne is going to be fantastic, and then the audiences here love theater. I mean, that's the thing is sometimes you visit countries where they're aware of musical theater, but it's not really in their cultural DNA so much, or it has only been for a few years. Australia, I feel like, has always been musical theater centric. I feel like there's been great original casts that have started here, and there's been incredible touring companies of Broadway shows that have come here. And so to visit a country where there's already that huge appreciation with these songs makes it that much more fun.
Okay, so the beauty in musicals is, of course, as you've said, having all those characters and those stories put together. Can you pick a song or two from any of your other albums and imagine it in a musical? What would the musical be about, and
Ooh.
who would sing it?
Wow. Well, I would probably. Boy, that's a good
Take a
question.
moment.
I would write. We're going through. I know you guys had. I don't know if you're still having it. Probably not with all this rain, but you guys were having a horrible drought here at one point, weren't you? And we are currently. I was in Sydney about 5-6 years ago, and there was a major drought going on in Sydney at that time. We are now having a major drought in Los Angeles, where it's just so dry. So I would write I would write Drought the musical, and I would put my song "Remember When It Rained" in it, and I would have it sung by Sam Smith, who would make his Broadway debut with that first act closer, "Remember When It Rained." Yeah, it would be a tearjerker. Yeah.
Is there someone that you haven't had the opportunity to work with that you would be keen to?
Ooh, I would love to collaborate.
Belton?
I would love to, besides Frank, I would love to collaborate with Bjork. She's somebody. You talk about great, interesting musicals. I would love to make Selma songs into a musical. Her Dancer in the Dark movie that she did is one of the great musical compositions that I've ever heard, and she's somebody who's so wild and eclectic and does great work with orchestras. I would love to do a song with her, or she is she's not
not
gendered.
a
She's an alien. She's or Ben Folds. I'd love to work with Ben Folds as well.
But you have already.
Yes.
Well, and
Well, we haven't actually worked together. We did a joke song together. We did a fake. Was that?
I saw you were at one of the concerts and you did
Oh yeah. Well, we did.
Yeah.
We did. I guess that's true. We did Still Fighting It together at his concert. But I'd love to record with him one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did a joke song. We did a song called "Life Is a Masquerade," where we worked with Tim Heidecker from the Tim and Eric Show, and we decided one drunken night to rent some studio space in Los Angeles and write the worst song ever written. We just decided to make the worst song ever written. So we wrote "Life Is a Masquerade," and somehow it leaked onto YouTube because Ben and I both listened to it and were like, "This is making me really uncomfortable. This should never see the light of day." And then it made it onto YouTube, and there were like 2 people who were like, "This is beautiful."
On
So,
my iTunes.
yeah. Life is a Masquerade is on your iTunes?
Yeah.
Well, look, it's a good lesson.
It's not my most listened to of your songs.
It's okay.
I would say maybe once
It's
or
okay.
twice, but it's
Certainly,
not.
you
I
must
gotta
have known
get
from the
them all.
synthesizer solo that we were kind of messing around.
Yeah.
But
That's what I appreciate.
but the interesting, the lesson in that, because it's actually not a bad melody, is the lesson in that is sometimes when you turn off the "it has to be great" switch, you actually sometimes write really great stuff.
Right.
Like when I did the Kanye tweets, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, "Hey, here are some random weird tweets. Write any melodies you want." And I'm thinking, oh, these don't have to be good. I gave up some of my best melodies for that bit. I really did. Those are great. I wish I could take those back because those were great. So yes, sometimes the muse is loudest when you take off the pressure.
Favorite video game?
Oh, favorite video game? Ooh, good question.
Bam.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm really into Batman Arkham Knight currently because it's amazing, and I'm also a big Batman fan. There was a game that came out called Last of Us that any of us who are zombie fans just love that game. It's fantastic.
Scroll for that game. It's amazing.
And Far Cry, I love that game too. I like any like free world games where I can just spend hours like picking fruit. Like the games now are just so open world that I never follow the main storyline. I'm always like, oh, I can go on a fruit picking excursion for the next 5 hours. There is a game apparently that's coming out that's a like train conductor simulator where you can literally just sit in front of your computer and go on a train trek across America. And this is how sick I am. I would imagine myself putting on noise-canceling headphones and getting my train whistle out and just going on a train journey. Guys, I'm not going to be available for about 15 to 23 hours from now. I'm going to be on a train ride and just doing that. So
Train tour.
this is the slippery slope you're talking about. This is my trip into Howard Hughes land. Truly, I'm going to have Kleenex boxes on my feet before too long.